So I'm sure at this point a lot of people know that Alex Jones has been removed from several different platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes. And he was even recently banned from Twitter as well. Apparently, we were not safe from the Thanos snap, or at least Alex Jones was not safe from the Thanos snap that wiped out half of the universe. Pretty sure there was some intern at his office that cried, "Mr. Jones, I don't feel so good." No, okay, alright. Now, here's the thing. Let me preface this video off by saying that I'm not totally unbiased here, okay? Because I actually really like Alex Jones. I like Alex Jones's presence on the internet. It's not even so much that I agree with most of the things that he's saying, or I find most of what he's saying is reasonable. It's just that, if something is true, then it's true. Like, a lot of people harp on Alex Jones, for example, for talking about how the chemicals in the water turn the frogs gay. And they meme that a lot. But what's really hilarious about that is that was true. And sure, Alex Jones was all, rowdy and riled up about it, but what the information was true. Now, a lot of people are not fans of conspiracy theories, but I love conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories are freaking awesome. I don't know why people dislike conspiracy theories so much, but a lot of people are totally fine with the destruction of Alex Jones on the internet because they didn't like his personality. They didn't like how I always called him passionate, but they didn't like, how rambunctious he was and how loud and angry he was and whatnot. And they didn't like the fact that he made a lot of conspiracy theories and he said some wacky stuff. Like how he said, well, actually he didn't say that. Like, a lot of people can't even pull it up. But a lot of people will harp on the Sandy Hooks thing and how Alex Jones said that it was a false flag or a hoax. And they just really don't like conspiracy. So they're totally fine with it. But here's the thing. I'm not of that mindset at all, because this kind of thing really bothers me in a lot of different ways. For one thing that really kind of gets to me is the rapid fire succession of his destruction. It wasn't even a domino effect. It was all at the same time. The fact that, and what's even crazier still to me is the fact that Alex Jones himself said that they were coming for him, right? Like, he said it. So unless Alex Jones was playing 4D chess to where he planted this thought in our minds, months ago, all for this day to occur, maybe he has some information, or maybe he's right about some things, because they came for him, and he is no more. Yeah, so the thing is, I'm actually kind of getting off track of my point. The thing that kind of bothered me at first was, again, the rapid fire succession of how all of these different media companies just deleted him all at the same time. They didn't space it out. They didn't try to like bleed him out of the internet slowly. It was just like over the night he was gone. And that, just the fact that it was multiple companies at the same time, means there was some sort of collusion going on. And I don't think that Nelson, I mean, that's a big conspiracy. Come on, man. Where there's smoke, there's a fire, right? Using those old idioms, but seriously, my friend, seriously, let's think about this for a second. All of these media companies that are in some part even competitors with each other, all simultaneously got rid of Alex Jones at the same time. And you guys don't think that this wasn't a planned attack against them? You guys don't think that this was not completely unreasonable and that this wasn't an attempt to censor him? It absolutely was. There's no way Alex Jones could have been on all of these platforms for years, never having a problem for years, and then all of a sudden on a Tuesday afternoon, Thanos snaps his finger and he's just erased from the internet. Come on, team. So the fact that the thing that gets me is the fact this is clearly and obviously like an example of just like a backroom collusion or of obvious censorship of some opposition, right? But the fact that gets me is despite the fact that it's so blatantly obvious, is that there are lots of people that surround this issue, especially on Twitter, like lots of liberal-minded people, who are not only happy that Alex Jones was wiped off the face of the internet, but they want him wiped off even more. So what happened at first was he was removed from Facebook and YouTube and Spotify and iTunes, like his podcast. They were all removed first. And then what happened was people wanted him gone off Twitter too. And so the people at Twitter were like, well, he actually didn't break any of the rules, so we can't do something, which blew my mind. Honestly, I was impressed. I was like, Twitter not banning someone? Whoa, but that was quickly turned over when Alex Jones said something on Periscope, which is owned by Twitter, which was an incite to violence. And I want you guys to take a gander at this, at Alex Jones saying that Alex Jones inciting violence. I want you guys to be the judge and see if this was truly and genuinely just the heinous thing that just needed him to get banned off Twitter. Go ahead and take us away.
It now stands with you and the U.S. military, who I know already understand who the Chi-Com operatives and the traitors are, to understand who's trying to take the First Amendment, who's trying to bankrupt the country, who's trying to shut down everything, who admitted they wanted to bankrupt healthcare in America to bring us to our knees. We're under attack, and you know that. You've pointed out mainstream media is the enemy. But now it's time to act on the enemy before they do a false flag. I know the Justice Department's crippled a bunch of followers and cowards. But there's groups, there's grand juries, you call for it. It's time politically and economically and judiciously and legally and criminally to move against these people. It's got to be done now. Get together the people you know aren't traitors and aren't cowards and aren't hedging their frickin' bets like all these other assholes do. And let's go. Let's do it. Because they're coming. Now, in your wisdom, you may be playing possum and waiting for them to come in. But America needs to know that they've got their little pathetic commie red teams ready. And they've got their targets picked out. The sheriffs, the judges, the police chiefs, the patriots, the veterans, the talk show host, everybody. And everybody's going to be amazed when they come, when those cowards come. And it's going to hit in the middle of the night, and they're coming. And they're coming. And they're coming. They think they can really take down America. And this is it. So people need to have their battle rifles and everything ready at their bedsides. And you got to be ready, because the media is so disciplined in their deception. Antifa attacked all these people at the White House, beat up reporters, beat up women, children, no coverage. I mean, they've got discipline, folks. They've got criminal discipline because they're a bunch of followers. Here's Vimeo banning it.
Now, I watched that clip, and now I said to myself, really? Is that it? I mean, you could probably find a couple of people right now talking about kill all white people. In fact, I will never forget kill all white people. Like, that was a trending hashtag at one point, right? Where a bunch of crazy people were just on Twitter talking about how we need to kill white people. And they weren't banned off Twitter, you know what I mean? Like, there's this one woman who was like, oh, I hate men. Like, there are lots of feminists who just spew, like, I hate men on Twitter. They don't get banned for hate speech, but Alex Jones says, like, passingly at the end of this 2-minute clip, again, as a passing thing, like, folks, get ready, be prepared to defend yourself. That's an incite to violence. Nick, come on, let's, now again, viewer, this is what I'm saying here. Let's break this one down logically. If you are defending yourself, that means you're not the one inciting the violence. By definition of the words used. If you have to defend it means someone else is attacking you. If you have your rifle at your bedside, it means you're protecting yourself in case someone comes through the door. How is that inciting violence? Just logically. Just from a logical A to B to C. Come on. Again, this is what I'm saying. So this was obvious at least to me this sounds like post hoc rationalization in order to get Alex Jones off of Twitter as well, because apparently as soon as he said that, the transmission was cut and he was banned off Twitter. So apparently they had to have been watching it. There was some intern at Twitter, watching him like a hawk and like, okay, got him, boom, goodbye, snap. Everyone has the Infinity Gauntlet these days. No, but come on, this This is crazy to me. And it's not the fact that Alex Jones was censored that's crazy to me, because I get that. I really do. I think it's nonsensical, and I think it really shows just how threatened these people are by Alex Jones, even though I don't really think they should be, but they are. But it's nonsensical to me is the reaction that surrounds Alex Jones. A lot of people are fine with it being Alex Jones because they don't like him as a presenter. They just don't like him. They think he's wrong. They think he's a conspiracy theorist. But here's what I'm trying to figure out, right? Like, this is me. I'm sitting over here. This is me. I'm over here and I'm like, where on YouTube's community guidelines that say that you can't be a conspiracy theorist? I mean, shouldn't we be banning a lot more people then if that be the case? I'm just wondering. I'm just asking. When did being a conspiracy theorist mean that you were a bad or terrible person? I mean, if you guys don't... Here's the thing. Here's how I always felt, man. If you guys didn't like Alex Jones, don't watch him, man. It's that simple. I didn't even watch Alex Jones all that much. I mean, I watched him here and there and found him incredibly entertaining, but even I didn't watch anything all that much. If you guys didn't like him, don't watch him. Now, if you guys are saying that, well, because he has a platform and people will listen to him, and and he's inciting violence, he needs to be gone. Well, I could totally understand that. I mean, should this have actually been the case, and should his incite to violence actually have produced, well, anything, right? Because here's the thing. I haven't found any evidence of him inciting. The only bit of evidence of him inciting violence was him saying that you should defend yourself, which by definition is obviously not him inciting violence. Again, based on the words used in that sentence. But if that's the best you've got, then my friends, this is not a conspiracy theory to say that they are trying to censor Alex Jones. Now, we can prod and peruse the reasons as to why they would be afraid of him. I don't have that much information. I don't know why they are so scared of Alex Jones or why they felt the need to ban him or censor him at this point. But let's be real here, my friends. For years, Alex Jones has not done anything different now. He's been the same now as he was when he first, well, not now anymore. He's gone now. But he was always been the same. This is very clearly a censorship of Alex Jones and uses some of the flimsiest and weakest reasoning in order to get to it. But what will always haunt me is the fact that this does not bother a lot of people. A lot of people are fine with it because he's a conspiracy theorist. And I just have to ask, my friends, like, think about this one critically. If you're a YouTuber, if you thought about YouTubing, you realize that, like, literally all it takes is just a smidge, just a tiny little prod. You say the wrong thing, you even kind of hint or imply it, boom, that's you, that's your channel, that's everything you work for. And that should be terrifying to people. That should bother people to no end. The fact that multiple media companies will come together to erase your existence from the internet because you said something they don't like. Not because you actually did anything wrong, not because you actually went against any of their guidelines. Because here's the thing, viewers. Let's be real here. This is a thought a lot of people don't like, but this is the truth. Any company, any media company has the right to remove you from their platform. But here's the problem. It's always got to be, all of the rules should always and forever be stated up front. And we are given these community guidelines when we sign up for YouTube. In fact, terms and services are oftentimes updated, right? We get emails of this stuff. Here's my problem. Alex Jones did not infringe upon these community guidelines and these problems. This was a planned attack. Even he himself knew about it. And here's another thing. We're going to triple layer this. Let's not pretend that he was just banned from YouTube, my friends. He was banned from Facebook, iTunes, and Spotify. This was a planned attack against him. Clear as day. This isn't about free speech or anything like this, because again, companies do have the right to, prevent services from people they don't want to serve. I mean, especially if you infringe on their copyright. I mean, I say copyright, but terms of service. This much is true. No way around that. But when they can remove you when you haven't done anything wrong and just use the flimsiest of reasoning in order to post hoc rationalize it, we have a problem here. There is a huge issue and a huge imbalance of power that we as consumers are just being totally disrespected. And this should scare everybody. Everyone should be terrified that everything you work for can just be deleted because someone you said didn't like it. I mean, come on. The fact that companies will come together to stamp you out should be a terrifying thought, honestly. And what gets me is the fact that a lot of people are not more worried about this situation than they should be. So I just want to put these thoughts out there, man, because I was thinking about it the other day. It's like seeing people's reaction to it. Hopefully this video, made you think, and if it did, man, go and click the like button. Shoot, go and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. As always, you guys have yourselves a great day. See you cool cats soon. Adios.